Welcome to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast.
Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together.
Central Maine's best comics podcast, by default.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
Here are your hosts, Zach and Jared.
I didn't know you had elves working here.
Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, happy new podcast.
December is here.
I was just probably the most important one of them.
I was just thinking, you said we should do vocal warm-ups before. I think I've come up with one. Dormammu wears a muumuu many nights of the moon-nighted weeks.
Moon Knight's a Marvel character. I didn't even think you meant to do that.
No, I didn't.
You found a way.
How about that?
Just to get energy up, to be in sync. I don't know. Bye.
We're gonna do like a group chant. We're gonna sit here and have like a little light some incense and and find our inner chi.
I guess we can get a Ouija board out. I mean, that's not really. It's getting further away from the vocal warm-ups.
Yeah, that really is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with finding your inner chi. Did you see the picture that somebody had a Ouija board like ingrained into their floor, and then they had a Roomba, and like the caption was, "The damn Roomba's gonna summon the devil."
Weird. Exciting news for me.
Oh, yes?
It's not that exciting.
Oh.
The store has a whole new storefront.
Really?
Yeah, new window.
Oh, okay.
To replace the old one that was just rotting and terrible.
Oh, the uninsulated window that was just a heat suck?
Yeah, it's better now.
Oh, you have an insulated window?
No.
Did somebody throw a brick through it or something? Is that why you got a new window? Or
no, just because it was old and rotting and looked terrible.
Oh, so you told your landlord, like, I would like a new window, please?
No, I mean, he did it, which is nice. It took like 10 months because that's how long it takes to get things signed off on in the town.
Wow. So you had to like move all your stuff away from the window so you could come in and
it was
install the window. So it was a minor inconvenience for a long-term gain?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing nicer than having, your entire wall disappear in late November.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cold.
Ooh, burr.
My favorite bit, though, like they wrapped up, there was more stuff to do the second day. They're like, hey, can we leave our lumber on your back deck? I'm like, yeah, go for it. Then they got it in. It's like 20 feet long. They're trying to like turn corners and stuff, like having no sense of ease. And then the guy just kind of gives up. He's like, hey, actually, can we just leave this in here? Would that be in your way? Yeah, it's in the middle of the floor. Yeah, that's really in my way. Yeah. It'd be hard for it to be more in my way.
What if it was on your lap? That'd really be in your way, wouldn't it?
I mean, it practically was, but there's a new window. I watched them do it. To the best of my knowledge, they installed it fine.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, I would think so. Because you had to put plastic up before, right? Yeah. I need to do that in my house. It makes a huge difference in the heating bill.
Yeah, but it just looks sad.
You know what's sad? Spending extra money.
Especially in the store. I don't know if it'll be better now, but it costs more to heat the store than it costs to heat the house.
That's sad.
Yeah.
You need to like go on like a draft search.
Electric heat ain't cheap.
Well, no, but you can like mitigate that by like you go around with like some baby powder and like around your the windows and doors in your store, and like if there's a draft, you just kind of like spray the baby powder in the air, and if it moves,
I'll show you,
then you just find ways to seal it up.
I guess that's the news. The store looks better, presentable even.
And you also got some home heating tips.
Oh, God. That was such a cold day.
And it was a little chilly. And I decided to get a haircut today, too. So it's not a good day to do that.
No,
it's always a good day. It's always a good day to get a haircut at the Water Street Barber Salon, though. So
I knew that was happening that day. I came in just with a sweatshirt. I had my hood up. I had gloves on, just working away.
I need to start wearing gloves more. I really am not a glove guy unless I'm like doing
I like a
activity.
Fingerless mitt.
Just the mitt?
The fingerless ones. Because I like the dexterity, but I like to be able to bunch my hand up in a fist inside of it.
And you like to be able to flip people off and not be seen. Did you see that on Twitter today, like the ultimate flip-off showdown?
No.
Oh, I got to show you this. I laughed way more than I probably should have at this. It's a testament to how juvenile I am. It just goes on.
This is a long 15 seconds.
But they don't give up on it. He's like
a bunch of idiots.
I love everything about it. I mean, there's no violence. They just I want to know why these two people are so upset with it. You should link it.
I don't think you need the context. So I guess from there we'll go into the news.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
It's time for the news.
Hey, it's a new weekly segment almost. What's Sylvester Stallone doing?
I don't know. Reaping in all that money from Creed 2?
Well, he says he is retiring as Rocky. The Creed 2 will be his last movie.
Really?
Which I say, if they give him enough money just to show up and be a trainer,
yeah,
he'll probably do it. Dolph Lundgren was doing some British TV show. Like Stallone said he's done. He did this on Instagram. He's just kind of laughed it off. He's like, yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
A couple times.
He was done after Rocky IV. He was,
Every Rocky movie is designed to be the last Rocky movie.
except for the second one.
There's something about that ending that couldn't have been the last one. He was heavyweight champion of the world. He'd peaked.
Yeah, but now people want to know what happens after he became champion. Does it change you? Does it make you a different person? Does it take away your speech impediment when you get beat in the face multiple times?
Does he still smell mainly?
Yeah. Is he still struggling to put together complete sentences in credit card commercials?
We'll see. I doubt this series is done because it's making money. I think if they just offer him enough money, he'll do it. This is the same guy who did Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. So
That's a very
he'll
fair
do
point.
anything for a paycheck.
Did you know that Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks did a rap
No.
for the movie Dragnet?
What a weird segue. No.
But I learned that today.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, carry on. Just saying, don't knock a guy for don't shoot or was it Stop or My Mom Will Shoot or whatever it was.
Yes.
With one of the ladies from the Golden Girls.
Hey, I
right?
take that paycheck too. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
And then I had to retire and be like, that's enough.
Yeah, well, I also made the argument last week that maybe Creed 2 could be the end of it.
It could be. Stallone's character is there's no arc left there. He's done everything. There's nothing left to do.
What is left for Adonis to do? He's
Well, he just won the heavyweight champion of the world. What's all that crap you just said about Rocky 2? Just play that back.
yeah, but the thing with Adonis though is his arc is closed because his story was about trying to redeem himself through his father and make that connection with his father. He's done that now. There's no compelling drive to Adonis.
We'll see. And we'll see if Stallone is done. I doubt it.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Give that old man more money. Speaking of things that are done, this one's definitely dead. Daredevil has been canceled.
We've talked about this before on the show.
No, Iron Fist was canceled. Luke Cage was canceled. In the mass exodus of Netflix and Marvel stuff, now Daredevil has been canceled.
I'm sure that it's been canceled from Netflix, but we'll probably get something when it gets to the Disney streaming service.
That's the thing that they put out. I think it was Disney put out the statement. They're like, the shows will continue to live on for Netflix for many years, but we'll see these characters again in some other form, which is probably just being positive and open-ended. It's probably all done,
Yeah,
which is fine. Daredevil had 3 seasons. The way they ended it, it could absolutely be a series finale. So they also covered kind of the biggest strokes of Daredevil, the broadest one. So if it's done, it's done. They got a good run out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I never really got into it, never really watched a whole lot of it, but like you say, when you can end on top, end on top.
Yeah, it was a compelling enough show. Bummer that it's done.
Don't go on so long that you become terrible and people hate you at the end.
Well, I guess the whole writers' room was really shocked. Like they were no one thought the show was going to get canceled because it was getting so well received. They were already working on season 4. Boy, I sure hope Jessica Jones and the Punisher don't get canceled immediately after their next seasons come out.
Yeah,
they're already done shooting. I mean, they're still coming out, but boy, are those getting canned fast.
it only makes sense because everything's going to transfer over to the Disney service anyway.
These characters probably want to. I don't know how that contract works, but whatever. They got a good run, except for Iron Fist. He got a terrible run.
Yeah.
That no one liked.
No good.
I'm sure it's someone's favorite show. Everyone's favorite crazy man that isn't Gary Busey.
Wait. Let me guess. Mel Gibson.
No. The poor man's Gary Busey.
Bobcat Goldthwait?
Nick Nolte.
Oh, okay.
He has joined the cast of The Mandalorian. As what?
The Mandalorian itself.
Boba Fett's dad.
Ugh.
I don't know. He has
Boba Fett doesn't have a dad. He's a clone.
The original one.
Django?
Oh, yeah. Jango Fett's dad.
Wait a minute.
That New Zealand man has Nick Nolte as a father. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he could be one of the...
I bet he deals in death sticks.
Do you want to go home and rethink your life? Maybe he's like one of the Caminos. He's a
one
cloner.
funny moment from 3 movies.
You don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to say death sticks.
Yeah, that's Nick Nolte. That's his voice right there.
Is it real? Oh,
real
there you go. See, you like that? I'm gonna go home and rethink my life.
I haven't seen him in anything in years. I don't think I've seen him in anything since Tropic Thunder. That might have been the last thing I saw him in.
Yeah, maybe. Let me IMDb Nick Nolte and see what he's been up to recently.
In the last decade,
Nick
going crazy.
Nolte. Give me the IMDb. There's a story about him here, and it's chain smoking mall Santa Nick Nolte.
Yeah, accurate.
Wow, he doesn't look very good at all recently, does he? Let's see.
Yes, recently.
Known for, let's go all filmography. As an actor, he was in Head Full of Honey and The Padre in 2018. He was on a TV series. He was in The Ridiculous Six with Adam Sandler in 2015. He was in A Walk in the Woods, Run All Night, Grace Point, Asthma as a werewolf voice.
I've heard of none of these.
He was in Noah. He was a voice. He was in Gangster Squad, so he's done a lot since.
I
the
saw
last
him.
one.
So I would have seen him in Gangster Squad. Good for him.
He was also the voice of Butch in Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore.
Fantastic. So that's weird. I feel like whatever he does, he's just going to pull me out immediately by being this like lunatic in a
Chain
corner.
smoking mall Santa.
Speaking of casting, uncasted maybe, the Russo brothers had a Q&A regarding the Avengers stuff. A couple of interesting points came out of it, but the big one is they said they were kind of confused why Chris Evans put up that like kind of emotional tweet. They're like, yeah, he's not done. I mean, we can't really elaborate on that, but you'll see when you get to the end of the movie.
Interesting.
Once again, you just back up that truck of money. I'm sure he'd be willing to do something.
Absolutely. Money, 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 money.
So yeah, maybe he's not done. Maybe he's not dead. I know he says that he wants to get more into directing. I wonder who's going to. I mean, right now Downey Jr. costs him the most. They're eventually going to max out with him. But I feel like Downey also has the easiest job.
Oh yeah,
Well, just because he literally, like, the second that suit goes on, he could just walk away
yeah.
and just do voiceover.
Or just be in the recording room where he's just got like the heads up display and he's just kind of face acting.
Or he becomes the next version of the AI and he literally doesn't even have to go in. Because, I mean, Hemsworth and Evans, I mean, those guys got to work out and they got to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he worked out for the first Iron Man.
I mean, oh, yeah, Downey. I mean, he's definitely in great shape.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But if he wanted to, if he just, doesn't gain 20 pounds, he's fine.
Mark Ruffalo has it pretty well. No, because he's still got to wear the green suit and do some of that.
He's definitely in shape.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He's definitely a man that, goes on at least 4 jogs a week.
That's 4 more than I do.
Well, it's very cold right now.
Brr.
Yeah, don't do that right now.
I mean, you can if you just dress properly.
I hate when I see people, because it's not really an option in my day right now, like extra cardio, because in the mornings it's too damn cold, and when I get home at night it's too damn dark and cold. And I see people doing it in the midday. I'm like, screw you with your open schedules.
Wow. I mean, if you were tougher, you could go in the morning.
Yeah, guess I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Don't like running in the cold.
And I mean, I just don't like running. So I save you a step on that.
That's true. Anyone who says they like it is a dirty liar.
No, there are some hardcore people out there, my friend.
I understand the benefits and it's good. Doesn't mean I like it. What else we got? Blade Runner may or may not be dead. I mean, probably not another movie because it didn't make any money, which is terrible because I loved the last movie. But hey, maybe I'll have to expand my horizons because Blade Runner is getting an anime set in the year 2032.
Anime?
I've never found an anime that I've liked. Not that I've seen a ton of them. Whenever people are like, this is the best one, try this, and I'll try it, I'll be like, nope. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the style or whatever the hell, but I've never connected with any of them. Also not looking for suggestions, side note. But every time it comes up, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I like the Blade Runner universe enough that I'm willing to maybe
give it a shot.
I can't say that I definitely will, but I'm at least, open-minded enough to consider maybe watching one episode and seeing if I like it.
I'm kind of curious, like, and maybe this just speaks to my ignorance, like, what's the difference between anime and a cartoon? Is anime just because it comes from Asia, or is it...
Technically, I think the only technical difference is it is done by a Japanese production studio, but then it's kind of morphed into its own kind of style. But technically, if anything comes from Japanese production, then it counts as an anime.
So it's just a cartoon?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was animated. I didn't know if, like...
Just a style.
I was sure that anime was like a play on the word, but, I mean, at Junior Rich, explain this to me, please.
I think I just did. I don't know what else to tell you.
Somebody with some expertise and who actually watches anime and like has a knowledge of it, other than I don't really like it.
Yeah, if you like it, that's fine. I've just never tried a couple times. None of it does it for me. But I like Blade Runner enough, so you've piqued my interest slightly. But it hasn't even worked. There's been like X-Men animes and Batman animes. I've been like, yeah, no, don't care.
But like, doesn't it like? I wonder if like there's like a characteristic of it where like or maybe it's just like the Asian style, where there's like a lot of flashing lights and like seizure-inducing stuff. I remember that was kind of a big thing when I was a kid, is people were having seizures from like Japanese animations.
Yeah, it was Pokemon. I remember when that happened.
Okay, yeah.
The 90s. Speaking of Asian influences,
okay.
Just straight Asian stuff.
You like how I segued without segueing?
Oh, I didn't even write this one down. I meant to.
Oh,
Yes, I did. Marvel is going to be developing a Shang-Chi movie who goes by the general title of The Master of Kung Fu.
Say that one.
Shang-Chi, The Master of Kung Fu.
Okay.
Marvel is fast-tracking a movie.
But why?
I like the idea. I mean,
I'm not against it, but we already kind of have like the Asian influence with, and not to say that that's too much, but you kind of have that with Doctor Strange.
yeah, but
Well, it's more like Tibetan.
not in the movies. because then you couldn't sell it to China.
Oh, fair enough.
But I'm all for it. I mean, we got Iron Fist, which is supposed to be the martial arts show, and it was terrible with like very little, but they're looking at Asian directors, Asian screenwriters, obviously Asian stars to go into this. And at least it's entirely a money related ploy they're going off of.
Definitely
Hey.
talked about in the past, like on the show, like how overtly / inadvertently racist things like that are. Like just from that age of comics, you could say things like that. And
Yeah, no, I mean, the 70s, I mean, the reason that this character exists and the reason that Iron Fist exists is because there was the Kung Fu movie boom. But, bring it full circle, make this create a new kind of level of that. Because I'd love to see people who can actually fight in these things. Like, getting actors to train is good and all that, but, I mean, you take watching any Kung Fu movie, the fun of those movies are literally just watching the crazy set pieces and seeing the actors do them.
like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan,
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
And there's this whole like, at least they're taking what I think are positive lessons, even though, yeah, it's a cash grab, but, it sounds like a good one. Like, Black Panther is really successful. Wonder Woman is really successful. Crazy Rich Asians is super successful. Like, oh, underserved markets will go out to see movies.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding was successful both times.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, it was a very popular movie.
Not for me. That's fine.
Mamma
though.
Mia, ABBA, Swedish influence.
Terrible.
I know how you love ABBA.
I really hate ABBA. There's like one song I'm fine with. I can't even remember what it is.
Dancing Queen.
It's not that one.
Is it Super Trooper?
Couldn't
That's
tell
one
you.
of the songs. Mamma Mia. Is it the song Mamma Mia?
No, it's not Mamma Mia.
Okay, here we go. If you, what would be more torturous to you? You'd have to sit down and watch Terminator Genesis or Mamma Mia?
Oh, Mamma Mia would be new to me at least, so I guess I'd watch that.
Would you rather sit down and watch Terminator Genesis or watch a live ABBA concert for the same duration of time?
You know what? I guess they're doing like a hologram tour coming up soon, so I'd at least want to see how weird it was just to watch a hologram tour.
Okay, that's fair. You probably
Because I guess like the couples hate each other.
you're probably a closet ABBA fan.
What would the point of be now?
There are plenty of people who are like, "Oh, that's terrible," and then like in secret they're like, "I gotta go listen to some of that now because that was really good."
No, I don't really believe in guilty pleasures.
Oh well,
I just like things I like.
that's fair. Did you? By the way,
Like I saw
speaking-
Crazy Rich Asians last week. Really liked it.
Was it-
Good movie.
yeah?
Got glassy-eyed at the end.
Wow,
Felt an emotion.
that's incredible.
I know.
Were you glassy eyed because you passed gas in amongst yourself, or were you glassy eyed from emotion?
The emotion.
Okay, just checking. Did you, speaking of classic things, you see that Hootie and the Blowfish are getting back together and they're going on tour with the Bare Naked Ladies? Guess who's getting tickets to that?
Who can tell the difference between the two of them?
I can. One's Canadian, one's not.
Yeah, I mean, doing a Shang-Chi movie, I'm all about it.
Master of Kung Fu.
Serve an underserved audience. And also, we haven't really seen a superhero movie kind of quite in that vein yet. Not counting Iron Fist. Wasn't very good. In the fight choreography, and that is terrible. If you can get like a really just big, but you don't even need a crazy budget, but still, throw $28 million at it, they'll still be one of the bigger budget kung fu movies, and I'm all about it. I like a good fight scene.
I like a good wire. Oh, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I kind of hope it's not like that because that's a fun spectacle, but
Yeah.
I'm always way more interested in just seeing practical stuff, which that movie does have a lot of, but there's also the jumping about, and I'm less interested in the jumping about. I just want to see
You want a ground game. You don't want the aerial
yeah,
attack.
I want to see people just doing things that are absolutely insane and push the human body further than it's meant to be pushed. That's what I want. Less wire work, more just insanity.
Actual real flying.
Well, I'm not expecting that.
Well, that'd be really cool if it did happen.
What else we got?
Well, we got the big one.
There is the big one. And by the big one, you mean that
I've
we're
not gone on a date, people. So,
the Picard show will be coming out in late 2019
oh, that is big.
when I have to get CBS All Access. I guess 2019 is the year of me getting additional streaming services between Disney and this.
There you go.
Great, more bills. But the real biggie, the Captain Marvel trailer dropped. Also, by the time this podcast comes out, maybe Avengers has dropped a trailer. Maybe they haven't. It's very unclear.
Do we have a title? I saw some stuff online today, like some people saying it's going to be like,
There are rumors. Nothing is confirmed.
well, no, what the title of it is.
There are rumors. Nothing is confirmed.
What was the one I was seeing online? What's the popular one?
Annihilation
Yes.
is the biggie that people are throwing around.
I feel like that's kind of,
that ties into a Marvel Cosmic event, even though that event doesn't really involve the Avengers. It did involve the Guardians of the Galaxy. But also, if it's Annihilation, that would be introducing a Fox-based character in it with Annihilus, so we'll see. I don't know if that's real or not.
I want Fantastic Four.
I mean, if Annihilus would be a great villain to do, like, villain who comes from the negative zone, who has all these like hordes of armies. Not that we haven't seen,
Yeah.
big bads in Marvel movies with hordes of faceless armies, but doing stuff with the negative zone could be a lot of fun. But the real biggie, yeah, Captain Marvel dropped a trailer. Trailer number 2.
Dos. trailer, The Dose.
Overall, I mean, I think I liked the first trailer a bit more.
Why is that?
I don't know. I feel they took more time building like the emotional stuff. They do still show like those like series of flashbacks. It's like her as a little girl and her like being a little bit older, her in the military and like her doing her Kree thing. But you kind of like get that whole thing of like her rising like all at the same time. And they still
Yeah.
have some stuff to that. But I think that trailer was built more around emotion, and this one was built more around spectacle.
That's fair. I thought there were some really cool shots in it. You and I disagreed. We agreed to disagree. I like the last shot where she's flying through space and like she's like showing like what kind of power she has, and it's kind of like, okay, I can see how she's the one that gets called in to help rein in Thanos.
My only thing, I probably would really
Thanos.
like that kind of like closing shot of her just zipping about. If they didn't have her or the fully CG character turn towards camera and you see her face, I'm like, oh, that's fake.
They're working on it.
It's easier to buy into it if I don't have to look directly into someone's face.
I was initially kind of turned off by the mohawk piece.
Oh no, I mean that's just one of her many costumes.
Yeah, so I get it. Also, the cat is a real thing, is it not?
Yeah, they're changing its name. It's also a space cat.
Oh, right.
I don't know if it's gonna be a space cat in this.
Space cat.
They call it Chewie in the books. They changed the name to
Goose.
Goose, yeah, after Top Gun.
Mm-hmm. I did see that.
That movie I know so well.
I love Top Gun. I'm going to sit your ass down. We're going to watch Top Gun.
Ugh,
Next time I get to host the show, it's going to be about Top Gun.
fantastic.
I'm probably never going to get to host the show again, am I? No, I liked it. I like Samuel L. Jackson in this. It's going to be real interesting. It's kind of like
How many of those shots do you think he actually doesn't have an eye?
I want to guess that's the cat who takes his eye.
No, it's definitely going to be Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, but it'd been cool if it was the cat.
I don't know. Yeah, when it has like its evil space tentacle shoot out of its face.
What if Ben Mendelsohn is played by David Hasselhoff? Mine was better.
David Hasselhoff just keeps coming in
The life model decoy.
because he was in Guardians for 2 seconds.
Yes, he was.
I mean, he's being a Skrull. This opens up a little bit more story. They definitely expand on the whole Kree Skrull war thing and trying to like sell the Kree as heroes, even though every single person on Captain Marvel's team is a villain in the comics. So I'm gonna guess they're probably not that nice.
Yeah.
Also, everything we've seen from the Kree and the Marvel stuff, they've been jackasses. So, fair bet they're not nice, but probably her. And it looks like she turns against them in the end. And what's the name of that actress that I can't remember?
Oh, yeah. The one that was like, everyone thought she was going to be her mother, but it's not. It's like,
Yeah, it's probably going to be the Supreme Intelligence. That's a Kree thing.
Yeah.
She's probably like the mastermind behind everything. I don't know where they're going with the origin yet, because Captain Marvel's origin just very recently was updated,
Yeah.
where she spends a lot of time in Maine, and her mom is a Kree, so she's always been a Kree hybrid versus getting turned into...
Wait, you said she spends a lot of time in Maine?
Yeah,
All right, Captain Marvel.
in Harpswell.
Oh, wow. Not that far.
That's where her summer home is.
Wow. How can she afford that?
Her family lived there before the prices went up.
Oh, okay.
They've been there for a while.
Do you think that Jude Law's character, Captain Marvel, is going to be a Skrull?
He's not Marvel. That's been spoiled by pop figures. Doesn't really matter. He's a villain.
Oh, okay. But is he going to be like a mentor turned villain, you think?
Yeah, I think they're all going to be villains, and she just doesn't know it.
Ah, they're all going to be Skrulls.
No, they're all going to be Kree, but they're all going to be jerks, and
They're all looking for the genocide of the Skrulls.
all the Skrulls are going to be jerks. All the Kree are going to be jerks. I think she's just going to come in and shoot everyone with lasers.
Well, remember we have Ronan, so
yeah, I mean he'll live.
yeah. Well, he lives, but I'm going to guess that he's not like evil Ronan yet.
I think he is. I mean,
He's going to be like on the edge Ronan, and he gets pushed over the edge here.
because his whole thing is about being an accuser kind of like makes him his own level of like judge, jury, executioner. So maybe
I'm the law.
yes. What a terrible movie.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, every movie with Rob Schneider in the supporting role is just quality.
Max Van Sydow's in it. Sylvester Stallone is in it.
Oh yeah, he is.
What's his face played the bad guy?
I can picture his face. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, you know the guy.
Good old crazy eyes.
Yeah. Like if Nick Cage were bald guy, that was what the hell is his name?
So we'll see. I'd like to. It'd be fun if they did the main connection, but I mean that book just came out. I don't know how much it was tied into this production or not.
Oh, they certainly didn't do any filming in Maine that we know of.
No, they very rarely do filming in Maine.
It's expensive.
Massachusetts is usually Maine if you have to film for Maine.
A message like, yeah, you were once part of us. Leave us, and we're going to take all your movies.
We'll take tax credits.
That's also true.
I mean, overall, I like the look of the trailer.
No, I think it's going to be fun. I mean, they've got my money already. It's going to be entertaining. I'm not worried about that. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think in most of the visuals, I think really good. It was just that one shot of like, there's her rubbery face. But beyond that, I thought it looked really good.
Yeah. Armand Assante. That's the guy who played. No,
Oh,
I think it's going to be really, really good.
And when she does the whole like hang loose thing to another pilot, the name on that plane is the mother of a different Captain Marvel,
Huh.
one that was around in the 80s.
Not the
was on
one that you have to
Avengers.
say Shazam for, though.
No.
See, that's always
No,
going to confuse me.
It's Monica Rambeau. She was on the Avengers in the 80s. She's
So-
still around doing other stuff.
Shazam is Captain Marvel also,
Not legally, he isn't.
but he was.
Yeah.
But now he's just Shazam.
Yes.
Who's on first?
So I don't know. Maybe that character will be in there. Also, did you notice how that trailer just kind of waved away why she's not going to look any different in 2018? Like, hey, we made it so you'll live longer.
Yeah.
Oh, problem solved.
Well, also, we are theorizing that she's going to be in the quantum realm, so maybe you age differently in the quantum realm.
No,
Although
I think
that was dispelled
you
from
said that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I think with Michelle Pfeiffer getting older, but still having the perfect smoky eye.
It's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, why not? But
Do you think
Yeah.
she's going to be somewhere else in the universe?
no, I think she's just going to be just in
Just in
space.
space.
Just spacing about, and she's just not going to age.
But then you would like notice that there was certainly problems with like all of a sudden like half the people around her are gone. Also, like how fortunate for us that the heroes, like good heroes, are like half of them still survive. Like especially her.
Oh, that would be the 50-50 thing.
Yeah, I mean
It'd be
of
funny
course
if it was just like Hawkeye and Iron Fist. Like, oh no,
we're screwed.
we have no chance.
Well, at that point though, like if you also survive that, like the danger is really over for you at that point, is it not?
I mean, unless you try and go fight the guy that did it.
I mean, if I survive the snap of the fingers, I mean, I would be devastated. I have lost half my friends. You'd be really devastated if you lost half your friends. You'd be down to like one.
Then I just wouldn't have to leave the house. It'd be awesome.
Wow, just stay here. And
Like, I live here now. Social responsibility's gone.
it's not like you don't live here in the first place. It's not like if half of us disappeared, you wouldn't have to. You'd still have to go run the store.
I mean, what Chaos on Anarchy just take over then?
You'd probably be safe staying at home. You're probably right.
I just go steal from some old people and call it a day.
Wow, that's cold.
I wouldn't like try and fight people of equal or lesser strength. I'd just go for the elderly,
But wouldn't that make them of lesser strength?
I suppose. So not equal.
Equal or greater. You don't really have good plans for an apocalyptic situation, do you? I'm not going to fight people I could beat. I'm going to go after the big guy.
I'm not going to do that. That sounds like a way to lose. I'm going to go after the defenseless.
Wow.
Clearly.
What a dink.
Eh.
Survival of the fittest, I suppose.
Or in my case, the laziest.
And no challenge here.
I'm going to lightly breathe on you and you'll fall over.
Oh, my.
But that's the Captain Marvel trailer and my plans for an apocalypse.
How festive.
Well, this feels weird to drop an Avengers trailer the same week. Like, why not let the Captain Marvel hype train ride for a little bit?
Well, it's been a while since we've had anything Marvel come out. And what's the big Christmas movie this year?
Well, there's going to be Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
and I mean, maybe the Avengers trailer will drop with that. They could also just not drop the trailer, and they do fine. They'd still make a couple billion.
Yeah. But here's like the other piece. Like, what's the big Christmas movie? Like, what do people have to look forward to right now?
Spider-Man, Aquaman.
You got Aquaman, right? And you're not going
Those
to.
are
I
the
mean,
two biggies.
you could buy the space to have
Yeah,
your
those-
Avengers trailer during Aquaman.
You'll still, yeah, I guess it would be there. They could still do it. But I guess that's it for the news. And from there, it's different kind of news. Jared Sports reports.
He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. Bare-chested. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
It's time for another Jared Sports Report.
Oh, welcome to the Sports Reports. Not a whole lot really to report upon. The Patriots win again, and they're on track to tying the San Francisco 49ers record of consecutive 10-win seasons at 10 or better. So that's really quite impressive.
I'm going to make you start taking notes for this segment because every other sentence begins with that I have to edit out. It's not even every other sentence.
It's every sentence.
You begin and start every sentence with an that I then have to edit. This is the longest part of editing.
Good. It keeps you on your toes.
So
This
you're like,
is
I'm not going to take notes now, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, damn right I'm not. Until you watch Top Gun, then no notes for me. Let's see. What else? Gordon Hayward had a really nice night the other night for the Celtics, who seem to be
For the first time ever.
on the upswing. Maybe Brad Stevens' experiment of bringing him off the bench is going to work. We've also got the Boston Red Sox have accepted the invitation to the White House, but the front office has said it's not mandatory for players. That'll be interesting to see who decides to go and who doesn't.
At
And
this
that's-
point, why even do this anymore? It's just a PR.
That's what a lot of people are saying is like, at this point,
No one's going to come out a winner in this situation, no matter what.
yeah.
It's bad PR for everyone.
There's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm of mixed emotions on it, but I think that ultimately it's becoming more of a circus and a spectacle of, instead of celebrating the team, it becomes a very divisive thing. And I think
Almost-
sports shouldn't be divisive in that manner.
It feels like it's a dare at this point.
That's a fair assessment. Do it, you won't. So that's really the big sports news out of Boston, really. There's not a whole lot. High school basketball officially kicks off this weekend with their regular season games, so that's always exciting in Maine.
Packers fired their head coach.
Yeah, right after the game, too. That was very unceremonious.
Like, I wonder why they did it. Can't put 2 and 2 together.
Well, they have put 2 and 2 together for 4 total wins.
There you go. That's a math joke. It's a basic math joke because we could both do it.
And that's your Jared's sports reports. Not a whole lot to talk about. I do have a great dad joke, though.
Sure.
What do you call a dancing cow?
I don't know.
Beef twerky. Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's not.
I was never gonna get there, I suppose.
No, you weren't.
That was a wasted 20 seconds.
That was great.
From there, moving on yet
yes.
again to Jared's reading corner.
It's Jared's Reading Corner.
This really is my show, and you're just on it.
This week we were doing the very first Batman Christmas special. It's a weird one, gotta tell you.
Yes, it is.
Coming from Batman number 9 from December 1941, written by Bill Finger, pencils by Bob Kane and Jerry Robinson, and inked by Jerry Robinson and George Roussos. The one positive thing, I guess I'll say more than one positive thing,
Yes.
but this issue does have one of the most famous Batman covers of all time. Even if you don't know the issue number, you've definitely seen it before, of Batman and Robin kind of half in and half out of a spotlight that's against a wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at the other one where there's some sort of cloaked figure conjuring up a smoky wisp of Batman and Robin out of a boiling cauldron.
Well, we didn't read that part of this story because this is, it's a Golden Age book, so back in the day, everything would get broken up into multiple segments.
Yeah, you can't have it all in one sitting.
So this story for the first one is only 13 pages long. It opens up with probably the most detailed page we see, but it literally tells you the ending of the story.
Yeah, everything happens right there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Story over. I love this book so much.
Oh my gosh, it's just hilarious.
Batman himself, Bruce Wayne, and Dick Grayson are giving toys to an orphanage, only to overhear just the worst children in the world yelling at this one kid. They're like, Santa's not real and your daddy's dead. He's like, he's not dead, and Santa will bring him back. He's like, no, he won't, and he's dead, and we hate you.
You have no daddy, and there's no Santa. It's like, wow. So what does Batman do? He's like, I'm going to prove to this kid there is a Santa, and that his dad isn't a murderer.
Oh, yeah. Also, his dad's in prison for killing someone.
For murder.
Also, welcome to the Golden Age of comics when, backgrounds weren't a thing you ever drew.
No, it's a very red place that they are. Prison and the orphanage. They all look the same.
The orphanage changes walls in every single shot. It's just a fun house of insanity.
Yeah, why? And also, like, the orange ceiling and green walls of this orphanage are, well, they're not pleasing to the eye.
And the yellow wall and the blue wall and the red wall and the orange wall.
It's kind of like going to the roller rink and playing the die game. Skate to the orange wall. If you're on the orange wall, you're out of the game.
But that's the Golden Age of comics for you. Super boring. I'm never really a fan of Golden Age books.
Yeah.
What can I do? Read more of them until I like it, I guess.
But I also like how Batman now goes to Commissioner Gordon's. By the way, the kid's name, Tim Cratchit.
Yeah, and his father's name is Bob Cratchit. What does this have to do with a Christmas story?
Nothing.
It's a story that takes place at Christmas.
Except for Bob Cratchit couldn't afford the little scooter that Tiny Tim wanted.
This literally has nothing to do.
Broke.
Has
he's
nothing
working
to
for
do
a
with the
miser.
story at all. Batman goes to prison to visit Bob Cratchit, who tells the tale of his innocence. Bob goes to steal a wreath from a department store to give to little Tim. He says he'll pay them back later, but he witnesses some kind of robbery taking place. The robber kills a guard, knocks out Bob, and the police arrest Bob for the murder.
Wah, wah, wah.
Batman immediately believes him. No reason. Batman then takes Robin to go beat up this supposed robber, Hal Fink, goes to his office and immediately gets into a fight with him and all of his goons.
Yeah, well, he was alerted by the corner Santa ringing a bell.
Ah, it's a corrupt Santa. I think that's
Is
really...
it Nick Nolte?
It's a commentary on commercialism. It's not.
Yeah. By the way, Robin is saved from a pistol whipping by a pillow.
So, yeah.
Deus ex pillow machina.
Batman throws a pillow in front of Robin's head and is saved by this pistol whip. I thought we could try and reenact this. If you just pick up that pillow over there, I have a hammer, and we'll test this theory out.
Not it.
Oh, he's dead now. I'm sorry to say.
Does the man go home now? I'm not quite dead.
because Batman is throwing pillows instead of punches, the two of them get knocked.
Wow. Were you thinking of that line all day?
No, I just made it up.
That was really good.
The two of them get
I'm proud of
kidnapped
you.
and thrown into a water tower in the middle of winter where they'll immediately die of hypothermia or drowning, one or the other.
Also, how is the water tower not frozen? It's the middle of winter. I've always wanted to know that.
Because there's still flowing water.
Yeah,
There's
but
water going in and
like
out.
even the big water towers, there's got to be like big things of ice on the inside. There's not enough water. Like the river freezes and that's moving.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's insulated.
Somebody talked to me about that at Junior Rich. Why do water towers not freeze?
So Batman plugs up one side of the intake, so now water's only going out. Now they just have to wait
With
for
his
someone.
cape. With his damn cape.
Yeah, but now they just have to wait for someone, in their words,
Plant Man didn't want to get on this.
to take a bath.
Yeah, I know.
Like, we
one
won't
hell of a
freeze
bath too.
If they only take a bath, we won't freeze to death.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Robin's in his friggin' skivvies in frigid water.
And then thankfully, Hal Fink forgets to turn off the faucet because I forgot to mention when Batman went into his office, he beat him up with some ink. Also why he lost the fight. He just threw ink at a man.
Yes.
So while washing the ink off, he forgot to turn the faucet off, and Batman and Robin don't immediately drown, but definitely die of hypothermia.
Yes. Also, how does he get his cape back so fast when they escape? Also, Hal Fink had his sink go with enough water to empty a water tower, a building top water tower. How is his house not destroyed?
I mean, definitely the ceilings below wherever that was are not in
Yeah,
good
his
shape.
neighbor would be like pounding on the ceiling.
Then they get into a snowball fight with the gangsters with guns, and Robin yells, "Yippee, let me at him," which gave me flashbacks of the Phantom Menace.
Wow.
I don't need to hear a little kid yelling yippee. And then the best part. Batman kidnaps Hal Fink, brings him to Commissioner Gordon, who says he'll never confess to the crime. So what does
this
Batman,
is the best part.
What does Batman do?
Dresses up as a ghost.
Of the man that was killed. And Hal Fink tries to shoot him again. He's like, "I killed you once, I'll do it again."
And Hal Fink is shooting blanks.
It turns out Batman is really good at disguises and being a ghost.
Well, he's the world's greatest detective, man.
That
Come
doesn't
on.
make sense.
Why not?
Hal Fink goes to prison immediately. I don't think this would hold up in court. And Bob Cratchit's released. And also Batman strong arms that Santa who is doing illegal things into being Santa at the orphanage.
Batman's bringing a known criminal into a home for wayward children.
He's like, "You don't do it again." He's like, "I won't, God."
Yeah, I know. In fact, I feel like I have the whole spirit of Christmas in me all the time now.
And then Robin is weirdly sad for a second. He's like, "Those kids got to see their parents and mine are dead."
It's so bad.
Oh, good.
It's
Merry
so
Christmas,
sad.
everyone.
Yeah, the last panel I was like, "Oh, Merry Christmas."
God bless everyone. Yeah, because they had to tie it into a Christmas story somehow.
This is unbelievably campy. Like, god-awful campy almost.
It's the 40s.
It's like...
It's the first
It's
Batman.
charmingly campy, maybe, would be a better term.
Like, we did, it was last year or the year before, we did Holiday Nights, that Batman episode. That was great.
That was awesome.
I think we did a different... we did that Detective Comics one with, like, Joker kidnapping Robin. That was awesome.
That was probably one of my favorite ones.
This is silly as all hell.
Yeah, this is like...
I can't say that I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, no, I think it would have been a hilarious Batman 66 episode.
You could get Adam West doing a lot of this
Yes, you could.
dumb dialogue. Batman dresses up as a ghost and gets a man to confess in front of a police commissioner. Not legally sound. He beats him up, ties him up, and then dresses up as a ghost. And
I'm
gives him
pretty
a
sure
gun.
that's coercion. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Maybe not coercion, but that's like...
They don't die in that water tower because they were throwing pillows, and Robin isn't killed from a metal object striking the back of his head because of a literal throw pillow.
This is not your... When did Batman like go from this to like being dark and scary and like intimidating?
The 70s.
Because like
Took a while.
in this, he's just very like goofy and aloof. He's like...
When Neil Adams took over in the 70s.
And then Batman kind of got an edge. He became grizzled.
And then Frank Miller took it another level, and no one has ever looked back, even though they probably should, because he's a man in a bat costume.
Yeah, but I like grizzled Bat. I like my Batman to be an ass kicker.
Yeah, that's the first Batman Christmas story.
He's not really an ass kicker in this.
Gather around the fire, kids, and, I don't know, do something old-timey with it. Eat some...
Somebody's going to get Dick Grayson some pants for the friggin' winter.
Yeah, no kidding. It's not even good summer wear, but yeah.
No.
This book is a perfect example of why he shouldn't be wearing that. He was dropped into a freezing cold water tower.
Yeah, even when they fight Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin, Christopher O'Donnell is at least wearing a full outfit.
Legs.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
That's gonna actually probably be worse. Like you sweat in that, and it just traps in the heat and the smell.
And then when it's frozen, all the sweat will just freeze, and then you'll die faster.
It's unfortunate. Really upset that we ever came to this point.
Well, that's Batman. At least 1/4 of issue 9.
It was
God bless us, everyone.
everyone.
There we go. All right. Different segment. Letters to the editors.
Now for my favorite part of the show. What's that say? Talk to the audience. Oh, God, this is always dead.
Here's another one of your letters to the editors.
This might be a quick one.
All right.
Who would you invite to the Editor's Note Comics Christmas party?
Didn't we did this last week?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we did the holiday special.
Just because you read a tweet a couple of weeks ago.
And I answered it.
Yeah, well, you could have answered it now.
I'm going to re-answer it. I believe I said...
The point of those questions aren't for you to answer them on Twitter. They're so we get them.
Yes. Okay, well, you go ahead and answer, and then I'll answer.
Well, I'll tell you, running a business is really hard. Insanely hard. I don't recommend it.
Okay, we've had this discussion on the show multiple times.
But I've had like a perpetual cold for like 28 months.
Mm-hmm.
But the nice thing about running your own business, you don't have to do dumb shit like that.
That's a cop-out answer.
Oh, no, it's not.
That's a cop-out answer.
I hate company holiday-related parties.
Those are fun.
No, they're awful, and
Come
I hate
on.
them all. No, never enjoyed one.
I'm going to one on Friday, although it's during the middle of the day, so it's not even really a party. It's a company-wide meeting, so...
I hate those things so much. Hate them.
Okay, fair enough.
That's not a Christmas thing. That's a year-round thing I hate.
Yeah,
So I'm not even being Scroogeous about it.
You're being a miser.
So I guess if I had to bring fictional characters to this party, let's say it's a potluck of sorts. Who has a superpower of cooking? I'm trying to think if there's an established good cook in any comic book universe.
Alfred.
There we go. Bring in Alfred. And only Alfred.
So when I answered this on Twitter, I took it a different way, and now I'll answer it the way I did. And then I answered like some of our original listeners, like Old School Ross, me, your wife, Kirby the dog. Sound guy would come, but I said he would be in a working capacity DJing the event. He didn't like that answer very much. But like for comic book people, that would be cool to be at like the Editor's Note Comics Christmas party. I think it'd be cool to you know what? I would invite Plant Man. He and I could bury the hatchet. And by bury the hatchet, I mean bury the hatchet in his plants and chop him down.
He's just a man. You're just talking about murder now.
Oh, you're right.
Holiday-based murder.
No, I would
You just threatened to kill a fictional man with an axe.
I would attempt to make peace with Plant Man, and he could like conjure up some wreaths and a nice tree. Let's see who else would be good to come to that Editor's Note Christmas party. Thor. I bet Thor would be good at a Christmas party.
I feel like he's too raucous. Like, bring Captain America. I feel like he'd help you pick up afterwards.
Well, no, just bring all of the Avengers.
No, that sounds awful.
No, Thor would be cool because he's like yeah, give me Thor.
He'd drink all the booze.
No, he wouldn't drink all of it. Doctor Strange would be great to have there. He could perform for the kids.
Who doesn't like a party trick?
But he could like provide with, endless food and alcohol. Let's see, who else would be good at the Editor's Note Christmas party? You could have the one guy that like is going to do something spectacularly dumb, and you're like, I can't wait to see what he does to one up the dumb stuff he did last year. I'm just trying to think of who that would be.
Gambit.
The one guy who gets like wildly trashed every year, and every year everyone's like, yep.
Why do we invite him?
Tim from accounting is going to get whipped up again.
I still say Gambit.
Would Gambit be like, would he be like photocopying his ass?
He'd just be hitting on everyone and then he'd get too drunk.
You got to find out who's like the guy, like the people that are going to like have sex on the photocopier while it's copying.
D-Man. Who is D-Man? He's like a wrestler who stole some of Daredevil's costume and some of Wolverine's costume, and he's the worst. D-Man.
You know who else I would bring? Because you'd want to like maybe play like a little touch football in the snow. Super Pro.
So yeah, Stiltman.
Stiltman.
NFL Super Pro. That classic Marvel character.
Yeah, that one-off.
I think that was
it's like 6 or 7 issue run. Yeah.
It's supposed to all be terrible. We've only read the first one. We're never going back. Never
Good
go back.
call.
So there we go. That's who would come to my business Christmas party.
There you go.
Preferably no one. I just get to stay home.
No, it would be hosted in your home.
No, that's not happening.
In your garage.
Okay. Whenever we do anything over here, we spend
more time in the garage.
We spend so much time in that garage.
Hiding from the children.
It just becomes like boys' day.
Yep.
And we all run away.
Exactly.
Hey, that garage got good use.
It did. Well, now it's getting used for its proper...
storing cars.
Yes, keeping snow off of them.
Yeah. I guess that'll do it this week. I think next week is another Christmas thing.
Well, I would think so. It's the month of December.
Or, yeah, it's Christmas.
What are we going to do? Because Thanksgiving. Yeah, Christmas is on a Tuesday, so Christmas week. Are you going to have a show on Christmas week? Or we take a week off?
Oh, it's Aquaman, so I just thought we could do maybe a quickie. I don't know.
Oh, we'll deal with that when we get there.
Yeah.
When the Yuletide is bright.
It's an annoying one. It'll be like a 20-minute show. Like, here's Aquaman. Nothing else happened because it's been 2 days.
Christmas. Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you like the show, please help us out. And by us, I mean Zach, where I spent 15 minutes tonight trying to fix the mic stand because it wouldn't hold the microphone up. We're expanding.
We need room. Wrenches on it.
What?
I'll just get some wrenches.
Yeah, I think I need more than a wrench. Maybe some duct tape, something. Don't touch it. It's balanced perfectly right now.
No, if I just tighten that one nut, it'll be fine.
This one right here?
No.
This is the thing that's not working right. Anyway, go to patreon.com slash
that nut will stop it from twisting.
I'm trying to plug the show. Go to editorsnotecomics. Oh, no, wait. Scratch that. Reverse it. Go to patreon.com slash editorsnotecomics. $1 a month gets you the show a whole day early. It gets you the Buffy back issue bin a whole week early, plus exclusive content from Zach.
The whole extra 2 podcasts in there.
Exclusive content from Zach.
Well, no, I'm saying Patreon exclusive podcasts.
Patreon exclusive podcasts
Flying
from
at
Zach.
You once to twice a month.
There you go. $5 a month gets you to be a Duke or Duchess of the podcast. That's a great Christmas present. If you're looking for a stocking stuffer, that's the one to get right there.
Or, hey, if you're really looking to give someone a Christmas gift, you don't know to get that comic book fan in your life, if they already have a pull list, just cover like $20 of it. They'll be like, oh my God, free books.
Yeah. Just call Zach up at the store or stop on. It's 210 Water Street in Hollowell.
Well, it's not a honor-based system. I need the money.
Oh.
You
so
can't be like,
stop into the store at 210 Water Street in Hollowell. Bring him the money.
True story. Or a gift card. A gift card's nice.
Yes. Do you do like the plastic swipe gift cards or are they like paper?
No, I have my own paper ones.
Oh, very nice. Did you make them in Microsoft Paint like everything else?
No. That's how this video thumbnail came to be.
Wow. Like, you're probably the only person on planet Earth that's using Microsoft Paint.
I know how to get the thumbnail sizes and all that in there.
Do you probably like doodle on it during the day, don't you?
No, I only use it for thumbnails.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Don't know what to tell you. The store's dirty little secret.
The Microsoft Paint.
The podcast thumbnails come from Microsoft Paint.
Remember when that was like, you would have Microsoft Paint and you would like treat it like a game and try and make creative things in it? Or maybe it was just me.
I mean, it's about as effective as an Etch-a-Sketch.
Well, you have the mouse, you have a little more control. Then you're not working on just 90-degree angles.
Yeah, that'll do it for this week. We'll be back for more holiday stuff next week.
Also, you can find the store online on all those wonderful social media platforms.
Just go to the website. And you're on Twitter.
@JuniorRich.
All right, we'll be back.